Hey ladies, happy Saturday. So today we put it out there and let you guys know we're going to be going live with one of our past guests who's back to talk about wine and let us know the deal on what the big deal is with wine and how we can become more familiar with wine. And I myself would consider myself a wine virgin. All I ever drink if I have something is like wild vines, which is like some people would consider juice. Hey ladies, welcome, welcome. But we're gonna get the lowdown on wine today and what the big deal is with the wine. So are you guys wine drinkers? Are you tea drinkers? I'm also trying to become a tea drinker. Because I know tea is amazing and I take it black, so I'm starting to find flavors that I like. But yeah, are you guys into the sweet wines? Oh, someone's trying to get in. And then we posted yesterday about, I can't remember what we posted about diet and exercise and the pain. We're gonna recap that later too. Here you are. There you are.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, everyone.
So yeah, I was saying that you're gonna give us the details on wine and what the big deal is with wine because it's a really popular thing, especially amongst women. And I haven't got into wine, but I really want to know.
Yeah, well, I listen. I'm not exactly an expert myself. So,
But you like it enough that you started
that's right.
Wine Notes Room,
Yeah.
so you definitely have to tell us about that.
Yes, definitely. So
Mm-hmm.
do you want me to just go right into it? We can just.
So, I mean, I don't think I've done justice in introducing you, but we've been live before on her podcast, The Loop Box,
Yes.
which is everything social and urban culture. Love that, but she's also a fitness instructor, the founder of Rebel Fitness. I love that, and now she has Wine Notes Room. So
Yes.
please do introduce yourself and how you came up with the Wine Notes Room and what is it.
Okay, sure. So I am Sophia Nicole Wright. So as Les said, I am a personal trainer. That is my full-time business. And then I do loot box on the side as well. So like you're saying, social, cultural, entertainment, stuff like that. But when it comes to Notes Wine Room, so this was something that was started with myself and my daughter. And so my daughter is of age. She's not a child because you're probably like, why is a child doing a wine subscription with an adult?
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter is 24 years old. 24 years old. So I was kind of like a younger mom. So, we kind of both drink wine. We're into drinking just different types of drinks. So it really came about, a lot of things over the last year came about due to COVID. Right. You have time on your hands, things to do. And usually for myself, I should say, I'm not a heavy drinker. So when I do drink, I'm more of a drinker where I will choose what I want, and it's typically like maybe on a weekend. So it's not all the time, and it could be like one outing, and I'm willing to try different types of things.
Okay.
So we in try over COVID, because you have so much time on your hands, and we were trying different drinks, and then we were trying another brand. It's called Ked Island Goodies. So she normally does mixed drinks.
Okay.
So we got into really tasting different types of drinks and stuff.
And that's part of the loot box too, right? Is different tasting and comparing other brands that are out there, right?
I had a chance to oh, you're freezing. I don't even know. Oh, there we go. We've had a chance to try different types of liquors and, just like from rums to gin to everything. But we realized that wine normally is something that typically most people drink. Right. Sometimes it's like with like rum, not everybody likes rum or it's too harsh or whatever, but wine typically is something that most people drink. It's something that my daughter, myself, we like a lot, and we like Moscato. So most people like Moscato, but we were like, there's more to wine than just Moscato. And one of the things that I really love doing with our community is one, I learned for myself. So normally when I do events, so I also host an event called BFF Brunch. So
Mm-hmm.
normally when we do hosting, we try to like either promote a business or we try to promote something that maybe the community in itself is not very knowledgeable about. And
Right.
it could even be something that I'm not knowledgeable about myself. So it's something I want to learn about. So with the
Right.
wine, we realized, hey, everyone's drinking Moscato, but there's also like ice wines and Merlots and Chardonnays and where they come from, like the regions and stuff like that. So we were like, why don't we turn it into a subscription, right? Why don't we try to, open up our culture into learning more?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there's some people that are
It's funny
experts
you
at
say
it.
that too. There's a movie on Netflix
Yeah,
about a black man that wanted to be, what do they call them?
sommelier,
Yes. And
yes.
it's a lot of work. It's very challenging to do it. And to
Hmm.
be honest, it wasn't a cliche movie. By the end of the movie, he actually didn't make it, but he was like back doing it again, trying
Yes,
hard. And it was this, there was this culture fight with his parents to just stay in
yes.
the family business. And he really
Mhm.
wanted to do this thing that was, rare to get in, let alone rare for someone black to be there. So yeah, it's so true that we have to open up to that side and get educated on it.
Exactly. And so it's like one of those things where exactly what you're saying about it, it's rare for us to be in that type of space and doing these types of things. So
Hmm.
even the winemaker that we have, it's black owned, right? So yeah,
Nice.
so it's black owned pretty much all the way through. I mean, as
Is
we
that
go,
here in Canada too?
yes. So as we, and we're going to be working with others. So we're eventually, our goal is we're starting with the wines and then we want to get into like vodka, gins, but that's later on. So we're like, let's just start off with something that we know that most people like. And we're
Right.
trying to keep everything black owned.
Right.
So like, even like we're going to try to do packaging black owned, but as we go along, right, initially some of the businesses that we're going to use for maybe like the labeling and stuff like that, they're not black owned, right?
I can get you people of color for labeling.
Yeah, we definitely want that. But we
Yeah.
also do where we are, well, myself and my daughter, we're very big on making sure that we do support the black community, but we also want to open up the dollars coming in from other communities as well. So I am big on making sure that we're still doing some cross promotion and it's not just
Yep.
solely, yes, it's black owned, but you also want to open up to the fact of
Absolutely.
other, cultures coming in and
For sure.
buying our products as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they'd be interested. That's the thing. I feel like, I mean, you haven't even got to what's going to be in the subscription box, but I feel like what you're offering is a pairing that could be culturally driven, right? And so other people will be interested in tapping into that and trying that. And I mean, a lot of times I have, friends who own West Indian restaurants and they say it's like other cultures that really keep them alive, that love the food and
Yes.
come and pay for the food on a regular basis. So absolutely, I think that's important and something that, like you said, other cultures will really be able to appreciate too. If there's like, yeah, some culture behind that, and but yeah, talk about what's going to be in the box.
In the box. Okay, so in the box right now, so let me just quickly say how it works. So you have a choice between a 1 month pass or a 2 month pass. So if you do the 1 month, it's $30. So you're getting a full wine bottle. So 750 milliliters, your standard wine bottle that you would get in an LCBO. It's curated in the sense where we've gone ahead and we've picked out which type of wine we're going to have go out on the first of the month. So if you,
Okay.
so sorry, let me back up. So if you do the one pass, it's the $30. If you buy two passes, so let's say July and August, it's $50. So then you end up saving $10 over the 2 months. Okay. So as I was saying, so you're getting one wine bottle, so 750 milliliters. It's not something that was like packaged from a long time ago or brought in from somewhere else. It was like we went in, did a selection. We said this is the first one that we want for July. The batch is made. We make sure, well, sorry, the winemakers made sure that there's enough time for it to sit and it's curated and it's at a good taste. We taste it even before we bottled it. So we can always make it sweeter, right? We can pull back, we
Okay.
can let it sit longer. So there is work that has been put into it. And
Okay.
we weren't just like, oh, this is what we want and you guys take care of it. We've made sure that we've curated a decent list where every month when you get something, it is something new, something you've never tasted before. It's limited because we're only
Okay.
having a certain amount. So you're not going to be able to get it again. Once that wine is made and it's bottled and it's sold, or when we do giveaways, that's it.
Right.
right? It's going to be a one-time thing. Along with that package, so what we're pushing for is, in the beginning, what we decided what we would do, we would pair it with like a food item. So it's probably going to be most likely a dessert, because those are easy to transport. Because that's the other thing too. We're still in that realm of like new, like it being new. So
Yeah.
we didn't want to go too big or try to supply
So there's
capacity.
still an intimate touch to it. So
Exactly.
okay.
Right. So
So you're hand delivering right now?
yes. So right
Okay.
now we're staying within Toronto because we want to make sure we get it right.
Yep.
Okay.
I
That's
like
the other thing
it.
too. As much as like people are like, this is a great idea and let's ship it everywhere and do, we want to make sure that
Yeah.
let's get it right
Yeah,
in the
this is like
bubble.
the pilot, and I feel like you'll get the feedback in your hometown, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
let you know what's working, not working, and
Yeah.
then yeah, absolutely scale from there.
Yeah. So then our hopes is like we'd always like to pair with some sort of company. So that's the other thing too. You can always reach out to us, or if you guys know of anybody that's interested in getting their brand out there as well that will go with the bottles. You can feel free to DM us. We will look into that, because it's another way of promoting other businesses as well. And then it's something hopefully that'll go very well with the Notes bottle.
Yeah, I can think of a few, and I also feel like
Oh,
if
we're
you
frozen again.
if
I wonder if I'm frozen. Are you frozen?
well,
Okay,
yeah,
there we go.
you freeze too.
Okay, because I'm like,
Yeah, you freeze too. So I feel like first of all, like putting this out there on like Malcolm's Choice, right? So Malcolm's Choice and Black Owned TO. And then there's a couple, like I think of Sweet Treats, because she makes like amazing cakes and cupcakes and stuff.
yes,
Something that she could do that could be in there. A melanated vegan's a vegan chef. She can do some really bomb stuff that would like really go nice with it, whether it's like some sort of side or dessert. But
exactly.
yeah, I love that idea. And there was I can't remember her name, but there was, I remember we used to go to the Black owned marketplace, the Christmas one,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a chef, and she made, it was something crazy. It was like rum cake cheesecake.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was like a black cake cheesecake. It was
Oh,
something amazing that
that
was
sounds
sold
really
out
good.
by the time I got over there.
Yeah, that
As
sounds really good.
vendors, you miss out. Yeah.
And it's
But
it's
yeah,
one
I
of those
am
things where
thinking
we
of
would
some of
have to
those.
know. Like when it
Yeah.
comes to food, we'd kind of have to know in advance which vendor we're going with, or business owner, just because obviously, like certain wines pair well with certain tastes. So it would have to be worked out in advance. So the sooner somebody's able to connect with us and let us know if they want to be on board, we
I'll
can match
definitely
it up
send
with
you
the
a
proper,
list.
the proper month. That's what we're hoping for, right? So that way we're not just giving them something and it's like, this didn't even taste good together. I don't understand how
Okay.
to pair it. Yeah.
Right. So there's the right pair with the wine, and then there's the right time of the year, the seasons, right? Like
Exactly.
there's a certain
Yeah.
pumpkin spice time of the year and a peppermint time of the year
Yeah,
that
and
people are
those
looking
are
for
more like
those.
Christmas, like your winter
Yeah.
season. And
Yeah.
like even
Yeah.
like right now we're doing more whites because more
Fruity?
lights, yeah, for the summer,
Yeah.
you know. And so our first selection, we're not gonna say, I'm not gonna say what it is yet because we're
So that's
dropping it
the
next
thing. So
week.
it's a surprise, right? You don't know till
Yeah,
you get it?
that's right. They
Okay.
get surprised. They don't know. Sometimes we drop hints like on our page. We're going to drop hints, but every month you'll be surprised at what you're receiving, and there will be an information card about the wine that you do receive. So then you're learning some information as well. On our page, we also do have a wine IQ highlight section. So
Okay.
that'll give you more information about just wine in general, or like for instance, we did a post on wine glasses. So there's like different types. Yeah, there's different. I know there's different types. Girl, I'm learning something myself. There's different types of wine glasses. There's different types of wine glasses for red and white. Like, yeah, there's
So does
different
the
levels.
wine glass do something to the way the drink goes
Something
inside
it's
of
supposed
you?
to something like that. I'm not 100% certain. Maybe the way that it fits, like the bubbles and stuff like that. There's certain regions that the wines are from. With like a card, like a travel card. So that way you could basically say, like, if it was a Merlot, it may have initially, the style of Merlot could have come out of France. So you can mark that off on your travel card. So it's almost like
A
like a
passport?
passport of some sort, right?
So
So you could
you're
basically
giving
say
them
you've
a
gone through
wine
each type.
passport?
So not right away, but that's what we're
Okay.
looking to do, is we want to come
Okay.
up with a wine passport for everybody. So, and even like a booklet of some sort where you can go back and get your notes. So you'll be more informed, just overall, just more knowledgeable, have a better understanding of wine and the palate and just stuff like that, and how to clear your palate, how to taste
Right.
it. So you
Right.
have more of an appreciation for it. Just like how
Yeah.
cigars have their, like, there's a certain type of temperature that needs to be at, and what it's rolled in. So it's the same thing. We're trying to have
I can see you.
everyone, like I said, I'm not
I
that
see where
knowledgeable.
you're going. I feel like
Yeah.
one of the pairings is going to be cigars. Like I see where you're going with it.
Exactly, right?
I saw an article feature of these two sisters out of the States.
Yes.
And they were like the only Black female owned cigar company.
Yeah.
And they said they've been smoking cigars their whole life, and that's their thing. That's one thing I haven't tried too.
I haven't tried that myself.
There you go.
I haven't tried that myself.
You found a pairing. They're not Canadian owned, but
Yeah.
Black female owned out of the States. So I have to find that. I'm gonna be tagging you like crazy because
Definitely. Yeah.
I love it.
No, but yeah, like I've gone into different, like, as you know, you yourself, like I've gotten into different types of businesses, and I feel like right now at the stage of what I'm doing in my life, I feel it's a good time. And typically when I do something, I give it like 150% all the way. So whatever we're presenting, like when it comes down to like packaging and just service, just everything overall, I want to make sure that it's something special, like every single time. So it's, the brand has like its own unique feel and vibe to it, and create like a certain type of culture to it. So this for me is not just like a COVID thing. I want people to understand that.
Right.
I've been doing functions and events and business stuff for years, especially when it wasn't popular. Like when nobody was like, I'm not going to anything, and you get the straight face like, what are you trying to sell me? But for me too, it's not even like a sell. I just really want to see our people win. I want to see us just happier. I want to see us not afraid to be in different spaces and understand different things. So that's why this notes thing for me is super important, to get it out there to the community. And, it's for men and women, but I normally typically gravitate more to dealing with women because I do want us to come together a little bit more.
For sure. Right? Absolutely. So,
yeah.
Someone said, did COVID help though? I mean, it was born out of COVID, right? It was born out of sitting home and wanting to try stuff.
Well, yeah, in some sense, I could say it would really be because of COVID. I've always just been the type where my mind is very creative. And I'm always thinking of like, hey, what would be fun, but educational at the same time? I think our community, like we cannot doubt the fact that we like things that are entertaining, right? We want to be like, okay, well, why should I be a part of this, right? What's going to keep me interested? There's so many things that we do offer, right? So many things that we're into, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I've always been like, okay, what would be interesting where I'm maybe learning, they're learning as well. We're all learning. So COVID may have helped it start earlier, but I have a book of like,
it's so funny you say that because Melanie the Vegan's always laughing at me in my little black book. Yeah. But there are like a million business ideas in that little black book. And where I always tell her we're just scratching the surface. But absolutely.
Yeah, like so that's the thing. So yeah, COVID in some ways might have started a little bit sooner.
You found the downtime to get started. Really.
Yeah. But I always had it in there. I mean, we have hopes for a Notes wine room, like an actual spot, like a location, like a couple of those. But that's like a later on down the line thing. Like I said, I want to make sure that we kind of like just started out, like you were saying, a pilot. We start out small, we get some feedback, we grow off of that, we build, and then eventually we work our way up. But yeah, I have like you were laughing about your book. I have a book where if you go to the back, I have all of my like, this is what I would like to do, and you just narrow it down. Like, what am I really good at? What am I passionate about?
Yeah,
those are the stuff I go after.
Because it comes in like my devotion time, and like I'm on like probably my 19th book now. I'm getting to the point where it's just like once I have a solid idea, I need to put it into like a Canva document, because it's like, what book was I in? Like, what year was it? Right? And trying to go back and find it. And then you'll get inspiration today and you'll get inspiration 2 months down the road. So it's like all over the book. So it's just like, you got to put these into like Canva documents now. But yeah, I definitely have a journal full of ideas. So I'm glad that COVID gave you the time to get started on it. So if someone wanted to sign up for the subscription, well, I'm saying subscription, but you're saying it's a 1 month or a 2 month at a time thing,
For
right?
now, just because it's small, like, you know, we're just starting out.
Yeah. So
You
it's
got to
not an
protect.
automatic monthly
Yeah, you don't
billing,
want to just.
but if you wanted it, how would you sign up to get started for so you can get the August one?
Okay, so what you would do is if you go to our page in the bio section, there's a link that will take you right into where the passes are. It's you still have enough time to purchase for the 2 months if you want to save. So the launch for July, so the actual first bottle that goes out will be next week. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, so if you want to get in for that one, you still have time to get in for that first
Okay.
selection for our July one. If you want both, they're both in there. So the 1 month pass is in there and the 2 month pass. Just click that link, click whichever membership, it'll say that way, and then you'll be contacted back. You'll be contacted back with like the date of delivery information and stuff like that.
So you already have something paired for July.
Yeah.
So if we sign up now today,
Mm-hmm.
then we could get the free delivery for July, which is a wine, and something will be paired with
Exactly.
it. And if
same
you
with
do
August.
the $50 package, you'll get July and another
And
one in
August.
August.
Yes.
It's pretty exciting. I'm excited, if nothing else, to see what's in the box.
I know, right? That's so funny.
I've never been like curious about wine. I'm really curious about these pairings and yeah, trying that. And I think it's so funny because I went to a client's place for a mobile appointment, and she gave me David's tea,
Okay.
and it was like so amazing. It was like so rich, and so yeah, that sort of said I always said that I need to like try wine, getting into tea and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like trying stuff that I wouldn't normally go and get myself could definitely, like you said, open us up to being interested in something. But yeah, so
exactly. And that's the thing, right? It's supposed to try to. It's a commitment for like one bottle. It's not that expensive. It gives you a chance to try it. I have someone that purchased recently. They don't drink red wine because I think they're allergic to it or something. I can't exactly remember what it is. But what she did, which is something that people could consider, is she's gifting whenever we do the red to someone. So she keeps the
I was
the
definitely
red.
thinking of keeping it up. Yeah.
So that's another thing too. Even if you're not a wine drinker, what's good about the subscription is it's also would be good as a gift for someone, right?
Right.
If birthday's coming up, or bridal showers, or whatever sort of a function, or maybe if it could be like I miss you, or you know, because some people still are not going to go outside. They just won't go out for now, right? They're still going to.
Right.
So at least it gives you something to look forward to every single month without having to leave your house.
Right.
Gift it to people. You're learning at the same time. You know, you're having a little drink if you want to. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I like it. That's good. So if we go to notes_wine room, click on the link, fill out your registration, and make your payment. It only makes sense to do the two class. Is that what you call it? Two class?
Passes.
Two passes. Okay. Yeah. To do the 2 pass and try the new wine. What have you found since getting started in this? What have you discovered about wine thus far?
They use like a oak, like some sort of oak that they use to age the wine.
Okay.
I've like oak. I didn't know what you're talking about, like at all. It was like I was like an oak tree, and she's like, yeah, it's like and they use different degrees of the oak. I'm still learning of how long it sits and stuff like that. What was another thing that we talked about? Oh, just even the aging too, the aging process. Like I had no idea like that the red needed so much more time. So that's what I'm saying. We selected our August from probably 6 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at least 6 months ago now. Because this started.
So are you guys getting like? Is this wine that we could get in the liquor store, or this is wine that is like curated for you?
Just for us. That's what I'm saying to you.
Wow.
You won't get it again. So it's like we went in and we would do a tasting, and then we would say if we wanted it to be sweeter or not as sweet. And then from there, they take the levels up or down, or they let it sit longer or not. And we were basing it off of like, so for instance, because what we were realizing within our community, we like sweet stuff. So we were like, we want to take us away, but not all the way away. You know?
Yeah, because I mean, I think if you gave me what I would consider bitter, like then I wouldn't be enjoying it, right?
Exactly. So what we did is we did a compromise. We did something that has a little bit of a sweet on it, but it's not a Moscato. Okay, so it's not one of those. But
I haven't tried Moscato. I know you keep referencing it.
Like if you try it,
literally all I've done is like wild wines.
Yeah, see, like, and that's super sweet, right? Those is super
it's like 6%, 7% alcohol.
And you know what? Normally that's what really can make some people sick or give you the hangover is the sugars, right?
Really?
Yeah, it's the sugars that, especially in like the wild vines and those types of stuff, it's heavy in sugar, right? So if you can kind of kick
the
like
crash.
more have the natural, like the natural grape itself fermenting and not so much like refined sugars, because a lot of that stuff is not real. It doesn't sit.
Makes sense.
They've just made it taste sweet enough where you're like, this tastes great, but it's just loaded with pure sugar.
It's like a different version of pop, a soda pop.
Right? Not the best, and that's where when you get into those types of wines, the ones that are fermenting and sitting for long periods, that's when you get into more of the health benefits, right?
Okay, so the aged wine is the healthier wine.
Yes, because they're lower in the sugars and stuff like that.
So the other stuff is like quick press stuff.
Yeah, because it can help you regulate your blood sugar and stuff like that. It's also good for antioxidants. You must have heard that before, like antioxidants when it comes to like wine.
Well, I wouldn't say I've heard it as it pertains to wine, but definitely the fruit that is in the wine. Exactly. I would say so. I guess that's. Yeah. So and I guess it would make sense. Some cultures will definitely feel like a glass of wine a day is like for their health, right? Exactly. So, it just wasn't part of like what I grew up in. Like there wasn't really alcohol much in the house. Yeah. But I like that you're saying it is curated specifically for you guys. So as much as we're learning wine, so I guess you're saying when there's like a Merlot or a Chardonnay, like that's the type of wine that it is, but it can still be your personal one within the Chardonnay type.
Exactly.
Am I getting it? Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, it's not just something where they're like, oh, we always make it like this. It's like, okay, now we're looking for a Merlot. We taste it and we say, oh, we want it a little bit more like this, or so we do get to change the way that it tastes just for us and our members. And like I said, once that batch is gone, it's gone. It's not bottled all over the place and then everybody can get it. It's not that type of thing.
So when we get it and we try it, what if we fall in love with it?
Well, that's it, honey. Like, it's like,
what are you gonna do? Like if you're gonna open the wine room later, you're gonna keep. I'm assuming you have like the recipe. This is not gonna be one of those things where it's like you made something from scratch and you don't know how to make it again. Like you can bring it back, right?
It starts, but it really depends on like the batch that you get, and if they have it sitting right. Like I'm not the one making the wine, but I know that it does take a lot of work, and the one batch is not going to taste the same again. Like it just, because we might say, oh, we want this level or not. But that's the whole point of the wine, like what we're doing here too. It is supposed to be special. It's not supposed to be something where you're going to have it again and again. But don't worry, all the other wines will taste good too. They'll taste good too. And
now I'm worried. Yeah. Now I'm worried.
And if we grow, when things develop in a manner where it feels sustainable and at a level where we feel like we're in a good space, then we will look into actually producing maybe something that is like continuous, right? Like a top line, and a lot of it will be based on feedback. So we will ask people like, hey, out of all the selections that you've had so far, did you like the Rieslings or the Pinots or Chardonnay type? Which one it is, and we'll try to more tailor towards that. And then there will be special ones. There will be ones for like Mother's Day or Christmas or what was the other one? Like
so you guys are working on like practically next year's batches now.
Oh yeah, because we've already selected, I think, out until October or I think even to December, because we have one that we know will go very well with rum tasting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that one's been sitting already, and it tastes really good already. So by the time, and that one was really hard for them to give to us. So
really,
yeah. But
so this is you working with the winemakers, and then
yeah,
who, like, is there a chef involved? Who's deciding what it would pair best with? Is the winemaker that expert, or your personal opinion on that?
it's both. It's a combination of like
Okay.
my own personal taste, my daughter's personal taste. She's much more, I'd say, like a drink connoisseur than I am.
Okay.
Much more,
Okay.
much more into that stuff. Some of it too would be like the provider, because sometimes
Right.
some of the, especially like when it comes to desserts, I find that bakers have a good idea of what goes
Right.
well with what. So we're going to
Right.
try to do a combination of like a little bit of like the maker, us, the provider that's going to provide the item that will go with it, and that's when it's a food
Yeah.
item. Yeah, because eventually we do want to go into like actually like products, so like wine glasses and corks, what do you call it, like the covers, or
The
like
yeah.
stoppers, coasters, stuff like that, so things that you can actually like keep and not
Yeah.
just, we don't want to just solely focus on food.
Right. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking at most, I definitely want to try this thing. I want to see what I'm missing in the wine world and see what you've come up with. And I know some of my clients are definitely wine drinkers, so they might like that instead of the tea or water that I offer them. So that may be something for a treat for them while they're here. So someone I think mentioned the Niagara. Have you been to the Niagara on the Lake and saw their wine facility? I know there's the vineyards out there. I went to school out there, so I was there for quite a few years. But yeah, I'm really glad that I'm really excited, like I said, when you said you found like the Black owned winemakers and you're trying to focus on, our community that way. But I love that it's been curated with a lot of Black culture. So therefore, like you said, the outside world is going to be really appreciate that. So I am excited for that. So everybody should head over there to register. I'm going to be registering for sure. How far is your catchment for the delivery and for the pilot?
Sorry, say that again.
How far is your catchment for delivery? Who can sign up?
Anybody within the Toronto area, Toronto GTA area can sign up. It gets a little bit tricky. It does say in the what do you call it again? When you go to register within the GTA, it's free, but there may be additional surcharge if you're outside of that. So we're talking like, if we're talking like Barrie, right? If we're talking further than the, certain parts.
So what about Durham?
Durham is fine.
Okay.
And Durham is fine because I used to live in Durham. So for now, Durham
Thank you.
fine.
So Durham gets a pass. Okay. So what if we push it? What about people in Curtis, Bowmanville?
Oh Lord, you really asking for that now. God, sorry.
A lot of people
we
have
will
moved
try,
to Bowmanville.
because that's the other thing too. We are moving out into different spaces, which is good. So we will try to work out something. I can't promise anything.
Okay.
There may be like an additional charge to go to those areas.
Right.
But it's not going to be that much more.
The other direction, like Mississauga?
Oh, yes. Mississauga is another area where that's covered. It's more, I'd say, like Orangeville,
Okay.
Oakville. That's where it gets tricky when we start to talk.
So, okay. So we've got from Mississauga, Brampton.
Brampton's
Girl, these are where my clients are, okay? I just need to know. I need to know when
I'm just saying, Brampton normally is tricky.
I said the same thing about Brampton.
You know what it is? A lot of it too depends on the clientele base. So that's the thing. If you already have a lot of clients, so if there are a lot are in Durham, it's not that much of a big deal to go out there because a lot of people are already there. But when it's like a one-off, which could possibly be, I'm not saying it's going to happen with a Curtis, that's where it makes it tricky because now you're traveling so much further for one. But hey, the more people that come on board, the more
you need to maybe get something like a wish location. So
yeah, definitely.
You can make YONI Spa a wish location for wine room, and then the Clarington people can come meet you over here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, something like that.
That's a great idea. That's a really, really good idea.
That can help, right? Yeah. So we have our Toronto location, but I'm still here at the Oshawa location. So we could definitely do something like that to help people. Because I mean, there's no refrigeration issues, right? Like
no, it's corks, not a work. Well, obviously once it's open, then you got
Then, yeah. Okay, so that
exactly.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like it. And the when you're talking the 30 or the 50, is there delivery fee too, or is that inclusive? What does that look
no,
like?
that's what I'm saying. Like, it does say, I'm not 100% certain of what we put in the, but it does say
Okay.
that there may be an additional fee outside of the GTA.
Outside. Okay, so
And yeah, and
within the
that's where we
regular
would
GTA, it's
contact.
good.
Yeah, that's where we would contact you and say, hey, we're about to
Cool.
deliver. This is what's next, the next steps.
Yeah.
And so it is next weekend that the July one drops.
Yes. So get your orders in before July 17th. And you mentioned that you were going to do a draw.
Yes.
A giveaway.
Yes, a giveaway. So I think how I would like for us to work it, if you don't mind, if you're able to go over and follow notes, and tag us both in today's post. So like follow notes first of all, tag Bless and myself, so Yoni, and put it in your story. And then we will do a selection. So that way once I have the proof that it's in the story and you're following, I will do the giveaway, and I will do the giveaway. I just want to make sure it's Sunday, so we can do the giveaway by Sunday night.
Sounds good. So you heard her. You have to follow all the pages. Make sure you're following yonispa.ca. Make sure you're following notes _ wine room, rebel_fit.
Yeah. I don't mind though. It could just be the notes for now because Rebel X has its own thing. It can be notes, the notes, and Yoni Spa for sure.
Okay.
And then
and then share to the your page, exactly, your story, and tag us when you share to your story.
Yeah, story or page will do for me, either or. And that's perfect.
So that's how you get entered. If you want a free pass for the wine, and you'll find out what it's being paired with, and you'll be in the original crew. I'm sure as this develops into something, it's going to mean something to be in the very first bit of people who signed up for it. So yeah, definitely sign up for that. Is there anything else you want to tell them? I'm excited.
So we with BFF Brunch, we're collaborating with Icha. I do not know what her organization is called yet, but BFF Brunch will be holding a couple of events where the notes wines will be available as well. So like for tastings and stuff like that. So that's in August. So August 22nd, we have a date coming up for that. So if you want to follow BFF Brunch, I would go to that page to follow for more information. There will be some stuff dropped on the Notes Wine Room as well. And then on September 11th, Notes Wine Room, BFF Brunch, and Icha's company will be doing a wine tour. And I believe we're doing 4 different wineries. We're doing it with a luxury limo service. I believe there's only 20 spots available. So those are just things that we have up and coming.
So it's a wine tour around Toronto?
It's it's not Niagara. It's oh my goodness, I cannot remember the region that we're going to. It's not Niagara though. It's another region that we're going to go to that's very popular when it comes to wines. I do not remember the region. I don't know why it's not coming to my mind.
Okay.
But that tour is going to be, I think the cost right now, I think we're sitting somewhere between 120 and 150. So that would be the limo bus service, which we're trying to find a Black owned wine. We're still kind of working that out.
Okay.
The 3 wineries, I believe it's 3 wineries. I think there's a cheese tasting in there as well.
Someone said Prince Edward. Is it Prince Edward that you're going to?
It could be Prince Edward County or something like that. Yes. I think.
Which direction is that?
I want to say east.
Okay. Like Belleville, maybe?
I'm not exactly sure of the
Okay, so we'll have to look up Prince Edward. So
but that's just as tentative. So that's why I'm telling you guys from now what's coming down the line, because we've already started working on stuff. And that's what I'm saying. I've always been the type where it's never a last minute thing for me. It's like it could be in the works for months, and I like to fine tune it enough where I'm like, okay, that's a good enough experience. So like I said, one is August 22nd, and then the next event will be September 11th. Okay. Yeah. So the tour is the September? The tour is the September. Tour? Yeah. Okay. So have you been to Malcolm's Choice? I feel like if there's a Black-owned limo company, they should be there, because that's the directory for all Black-owned businesses in Canada. So
It's not just products. Some of the other places are product directories like an Amazon. So this
Okay.
is you'll find a lot of service providers there. So
Okay.
if there is one, they should be there. So again, if you guys want to get a free pass on the wine for the very first one, then you need to go and follow the notes page, follow my page, and share the poster or the live to your page or your stories and tag both of us.
Yes.
And then she will collect all of the accounts that followed all the instructions and pick a winner that will be announced tomorrow, right?
Yes, on Sunday. Yeah, and so look out for that because I'm trying to go live tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
Like not just for that, just that, but to announce who the winner is. And yeah, and if you guys don't mind, please share this with others, because the more that we end up sharing, the more people, obviously, yes, it helps the business, but it also helps the overall cost of everything. Right. So it helps to bring down the cost. Like when something's just starting out, it just can become so much more expensive. But
Right.
the more people that come on board, it just helps to bring in just the more possibilities of what we're able to do because we have an abundance in numbers, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. So if you're watching the replay of this, then still, follow through with everything for a chance to win for this Sunday, July
18th.
18th.
Yes.
So hold on, you said that it's being sent out on the 17th.
So the winner will be announced tomorrow.
Right.
So what I suggest y'all do is sign up anyways, register, end up winning another bottle, because if you do all the stuff we asked about, you end up winning another bottle. But the winner itself will also receive the bottle the same time that everybody else gets the bottle, which is next week.
So you'll end up with two.
Exactly.
So sorry, what was the date you said it actually launches?
The 25th.
25th. Okay,
That's
I had 17th
Sunday.
in my head, but that's
Yes.
today. Okay. So still get in if it's before Sunday, and if there's still a lot of interest afterwards, then maybe Yoni Spa will sponsor one for another winner. So I just want to see the response and everybody who participates in this one. I'm so glad you shared all of that. So we're gonna have you back on probably like September, October to let us know how it's going and what we can look forward to and what's developed with that.
For sure. Sounds great. Thank you so much for having me on.
No problem.
I love
Thanks
talking
for
with
thinking
you.
of us when you did this. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Okay, so if there's no more questions or comments, guys, we're going to get off of here. Make sure you go follow and share. And good luck on possibly winning tomorrow.
Exactly. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope to see you guys on Notes Wine Room. Hopefully you guys will sign up and enjoy your Sunday. Thank you so much, Bless, for having me on.
No problem. Take care, hon. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.